Start.
Welcome back, dear students. A good morning. Come today's class, we have discussed about the continued concept in types of immunity. In previous video classes, we have discussed about the what is the immunity, types of immunity. In that there are two types are there: innate immunity and acquired immunity. So, in innate immunity, we discussed about the barriers of innate immunity. What is those barriers? There are four types of barriers are there. Barriers nothing but a protective, because our body will be protected from the foreign agents, foreign pathogens which are enter into our body and which gives the infection to us. From that protections, we are having some barriers in the innate immunity. There are four types of barriers are there. The first type is called physical barriers. Best example for physical barriers, what is that? Skin, mucous layers, say epithelial cells, which layers which are present in surrounding of the organ or body. Those are called as a physical barriers. And next, physiological barriers. Physiological means internal part, which is best in that saliva in the mouth, because the salivary amylase, which is responsible for the almost destroys the microbes. So that's killing the microbes. Saliva in the mouth, HCl in the stomach, and tears from eyes, like that. These examples are we are called as a physiological barriers. The next third type barrier protective measure is called as a cellular barriers, because the human body is having a multicellular components aspect. So in that case we are having a number of cells. Those cells are responsible for the protection against the pathogens. So based on that, there are some best examples I am going to discuss with you, that is called as a WBC cells. These WBC cells are act like as an soldiers of an body. Why these are called as the soldiers? Because these are must be defending the pathogen which is enter into our body. Due to that reasons we are called as a WBCs are called as a soldiers of an body. So many these are also called as a leukocytes. And next, natural killer cells, NK cells. These are also a best example for the cellular type of the barriers in innate immunity. Then the fourth type is called as a cytokine barriers. These cytokine barriers, the best examples we are called as a proteins. Those proteins are called as a interferon cells. These interferon cells produces a protein, and these proteins play a very important role in the inhibition of viral replication. What is that? Inhibition. Inhibition meaning is that stop. Their action will be stopped. That viral undergoes to the replication, undergoes to the duplication process. The one viral is going to form as a number of viral particles. So that should be stopped by cytokine barriers type of the innate immunity. So due to that reason, interferons is best example for the cytokine barriers, because these produces the proteins. Those proteins inhibits the replication process of viruses. So that's it. Like this type of the barriers we are discussed in the last classes. Must be remember, it's very important for the PUC level questions. Then come the today's class, we discussed about the another type of the immunity concept, that is called as a acquired immunity. Already you know that acquired immunity is also called as a adaptive immunity. It is this type of the immunity we are going to take place after the birth. So before birth, at the time of birth, that innate immunity will going to give the energy to us. After birth, then we are borrowing from the other places those energy in the form of food molecules, in the form of any injection, in the form of tablets, in the form of any aspects like that plants or animal products. So that type of ready-made antibodies we are going to take inside our body. So that is called as the adaptive or acquired conditions. Then come, they are given one statement for the acquired immunity. What is this? How we are going to take the immunities? The first they are given statement, what is that? It is characterized by the memory. How it is? It is characterized by memory. See here, when our body encounters a pathogen for the first time, it produces a response. When our body encounters any pathogen which is enter into our body. Best example you can take as a virus or any aspects, bacteria, protozoan, elementals, dust particles, any type of the pathogen. Once it is enter into our body, then our body gives the response. That type of the response is called as a primary response. And the same pathogen, just think about that pathogen already entered into our body, then our body gives the response, so then we are becoming protected. Again the same pathogen again enter into our body, then again our body gives the response. Second time, at the second time, that response is called as a secondary response. This type of the characterization is based on the, that is called as a memory. Memory means already our body cells recognize that pathogen which is entered at the time of first. Then immediately it gives the response. Second time, same pathogen means then no problem for that one, because it is already adaptive conditions, acquired conditions. Then it easily recognizes that pathogen, then suddenly it gives the response. That sudden response we are called as a secondary response. Based on these conditions we are called it is a memory based immunity power. What is that? Acquired immunity. And these responses, how these are takes place? What are those cells which are gives the response as a primary response and a secondary response? See, these responses with the help of two types of the lymphocytes. Two types of what are those? Lymphocytes which are present in our blood. Those two types are called as a B lymphocytes and another one is that T lymphocyte. Come dear students, we are discussing about these lymphocytes concept. These lymphocytes play very important role in the protection, that's nothing but a barriers, and increases the immunity power, resistance power of the body. Not only for increases immunity power, these gives immunity to the other type of the cells also. Those become a functioning, those play very role in the other concepts. Due to that reasons, lymphocytes are present in the blood, and these lymphocytes, I am going to tell you one best example is that there is the one biggest lymphocyte type is there, that's the WBC cells. Lymphocytes are also nothing but a type of WBC, because in the WBCs we are having so many 5 types are there. Those 5 types are nothing but the first one: monocytes, basophils, eosinophils, lymphocytes and neutrophils. These are all will be responsible for the different role in the body. So due to that condition, these lymphocytes, the main lymphocytic molecule we call it is a macrophages. These macrophages is also acts as an lymphocytes. Why I am going to suggest at this point here means these macrophages present in the first level of the body. First level means these are present in the exterior portion of the bodies. So into the cells means any foreign pathogen, if it is attached to that layer, the first defensive mechanism will be takes place by these molecules. These are called as the macrophages. These only kills the, protects the, defends the viral particles. Then our body is becoming safe. But another one condition I am going to tell you, if that viral particle is becoming more dominant, Like that, we are called as a HIV virus. That HIV virus, the name of that HIV viral particle is called as a retrovirus. Why the person is going to suffer from the HIV? Immediately these viruses why enter into our body. There is no any protection from our barriers due to this condition, because these retrovirus are becoming more dominant than the macrophages. Then immediately they kill the macrophages along with the another type of the cells. Those are called as the TH cells. The TH cells nothing but a helper T lymphocyte cells. These play a very important role in protection of our body. But what is going on here? These retrovirus directly kills the macrophages and they engulfing these ones, because these are retrovirus are undergoing to the one action. That action is called as a phagocytosis. Phagocytosis means killing and engulfing the cells. Just think about how much these are dominant. They kill and engulfing those macrophages and TS cells. What are those? Retroviruses. What is that mechanism? Phagocytosis mechanisms. Due to this mechanism, they are become more dominant. They kill the macrophages along with the TH cells, which cells helps to production of the antigens and antibodies in our body. So those cells become killed. Then it's undergone to the replication process. The one retrovirus is going to form as a number of viral particles in our body. Then whole our body is become as a almost called the virus factory. That is the HIV virus factory. Then immediately within 3 months or 4 months, the continuously the immunity power is becoming decreases. Due to these conditions, why I am told you this point means, there is also some viruses are there. Those are dominant than our body cells. If we are maintaining our body in the hygienic conditions, in a good healthy conditions, and immunity power will be more means, then there is no problem for our infection conditions. But if we lose our immunity conditions means, the small virus also attack into our body. Dear students, must be remember how much the immunity is important to us. Due to these conditions, these macrophages will become a diminished and viral particle will be enter. But if other aspects, these macrophages play a defensive mechanism into our body. Like that, here also the lymphocytes play in that role only. Then this present in the blood. There are two types of lymphocytes are there. The one lymphocyte is called as a B lymphocytes. What is that B lymphocytes? B meaning, already told you, B meaning bone marrow part. Bone marrow, that is the thigh region. In that region, these cells are gets the production secretion. Bone marrow part. That is nothing but a B lymphocytes. These produces proteins. B lymphocyte, what they produces? They produces a protein in response to pathogen. This is very important point. Which type of the pathogen enter into our body? Against to that, these produces the proteins. That's why the meaning is called as antibodies. Anti means against. Against to those bodies which is enter into our So that's why anti means against. It produces protein in response to pathogen into our blood to fight with them, and those proteins are called as antibodies. Just think about. That's the easiest concept is this. B lymphocytes, which is takes place in the bone marrow part of our body, and this produces a protein. That protein must be fight with the pathogen. Not all type same protein will going to produce to all type of the pathogens. Which type of the pathogen enter into our body? So against to that, it produces a protein. That protein kills that pathogens. So that's why it is based on which conditions we are because these cells are already recognized. So due to this way, you must remember how B lymphocytes play a very important role to fight with the pathogens, and these produces such type of the cells, those are called as antibodies. The antibodies are responsible for the increasing the immunity power. How they are increases the immunity power? To fight with the pathogens. So that is nothing but a B lymphocytes. Then come to the next one is that T lymphocytes. What is this T lymphocytes? T meaning thymus region. Thymus is nothing but it is type of the endocrine gland which is present here in between the chest aspects. So in this thymus it produces a one hormone. That hormone is called as a thymosin hormone. This hormone play a very important role in the same concept, that is immune responses. It gives the best immunity concepts. What is this? What is the difference between B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes? These do not secrete antibodies. Yes, these are not secretes the antibodies. Antibodies secreted only by the B lymphocyte which is present in the lymphatic systems.